Since there is a higher self, which is you for me, then there must be a lower self as well. Are they opposites? How do I know when I am acting from my lower self? Logically, the lower self might seem like the opposite of the higher self, but in most cases they are not complete opposites. Instead, they represent two different possibilities or directions that a situation or event can take. Of course, I don't mean to suggest that every situation has only two possible outcomes or courses of action. The possibilities are endless. However, there are two general realms in which an outcome or event can unfold. One is the higher realm, where you choose the higher road, and the other is considered the lower realm simply because it doesn't fully express the highest human potential in a specific context. Think of it like musical registers. There are higher and lower octaves. It's akin to the human body, which can be divided by drawing a line in the middle to distinguish lower and higher chakras. The lower chakras are not inherently worse than the higher chakras. They are just different aspects connected by the heart center. It's similar to a Star of David, which consists of two triangles or pyramids, one pointing downward and the other upward. This visual representation symbolizes the higher and lower self. It's worth noting that these triangles are not exactly triangles, but rather pyramids, which consist of 5 angles, 4 in the base and 1 at the apex. These angles symbolize the 5 human senses. When the pyramid is facing downward, your senses are focused on the lower realm, your lower self. This is characterized by self-consuming tendencies, self-doubt, self-loathing, and self-serving behavior, leading to an energetically decadent dynamic. Your focus is directed downward to the earthly realm, isolated from universal energy, and primarily concerned with the mortal aspects of existence. In contrast, the higher realm, your highest self, is represented by the pyramid facing upward. It directs its focus toward the sky, viewing it as a means of communication with the true essence of humanity. As a starseed, your origins lie in the higher realms, where wisdom is sought. When your senses are aligned with this realm, you transcend mortality, act from your higher self, understand your true nature, and are open to serving the universe through your human actions. You become a divine being among other divine beings. The connecting point of the two pyramids is the hidden 7th chamber, located in the center of the conjoined triangles or pyramids. This is where the mystery unfolds. You might wonder how it's possible to create 7 compartments by adding 3 angles to 3 angles. The answer lies in the heart center, which harmonizes this entity. This configuration also subtly alludes to the 3 lower and 3 higher chakras, with the middle heart chakra connecting and initiating unity between the earthly and divine aspects of human nature. Understanding the universe and your divine nature cannot be achieved solely through the brain, as it is not designed for that purpose. Instead, the heart is the sole repository of this knowledge. You know in your heart that you are greater than your limited self, more powerful than your physical body, and that your existence extends beyond earthly life. You also know deep within your heart that you are not originally from this earthly realm. Earth is merely a temporary home away from your true origins. The heart is the wisest and most knowledgeable place within your body, and its energy is preeminent. When you find yourself uncertain about which path to take or where your true nature resides, just listen to your heart. This is not a mere cliché, but a fundamental truth. The center of the human body, where the heart is located, has been intentionally designed as a control center where your true nature resides, and the gut feeling is not in your stomach, but in your heart. Why do people's lower nature often take control over them? Where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you focus on self-serving, self-doubt, and self-loathing, you are operating from the lower realm. It's almost like being in what's commonly referred to as hell. as it represents the darkest place the human soul can venture. This lower energetic frequency is associated with suffering, hopelessness, depression, and hatred. Certainly not a desirable place to be. The fundamental truth is that as a human, you always have a choice. It's a simple concept that has been twisted and turned in various ways, yet it remains unchanged. You possess free will and can opt to act from your lower self or seek a more evolved solution by aligning with your higher self. Some people, especially those with religious backgrounds, believe that the lower self is something brought about by the devil and can possess the soul. Can this actually happen? Can you catch the lower self like the flu? Not really. However, you can be indoctrinated into it. Values and beliefs are taught rather than inherent in your being. You don't carry these beliefs into this life, you encounter them in your earthly existence. When you come into this highly polarized world, you may be exposed to negative beliefs and dogmas, either willingly or unwillingly. To adapt to life on Earth, you might compromise your inner knowing. You may recognize certain things as false, but still embrace them to fit in or please your caregivers, parents, or authority figures. Although you may know that there is no devil, societal narratives and discussions might convince you otherwise. It's the power of the collective. Only a strong inner sense of truth can shield you from this mass delusion. The devil isn't an entity, it's a belief system that restricts your consciousness and influences your thoughts. The devil is a religious construct that thrives on fear and terror, wielding power through these emotions. The devil represents industries that harm people, such as Big Pharma and the food industry. It symbolizes media that perpetuates fear and misinformation. The devil is your self-loathing response to the abuse and mind control you've endured. The devil manifests when earthly experiences dominate your soul. There is no other devil, and your lower self is merely a limited expression of your infinite divine essence, temporarily forgotten. Your lower self signifies your constrained self. Stepping out of this role reveals that your higher self is your true nature, and you have always been and will always be that.